everyone, it's Nancy. I'm back with the next 50 Stack Challenge 2 that I have going. I am on prompt number 21 and 22. 21 is rich, 22 is poor, and I had a really hard time figuring this out. I don't know why. You would think it would be easy, but yeah, I didn't know what to do, and I was pondering it for quite a while, and then you know, then this idea came to me. They're just going to be journaling cards for whenever. And I was kind of looking, you know, I think when all else fails, you kind of just start looking through your stash of Tim Holtz goodies if you're able to have some of those. And you know, I just kind of looked and I thought, well, rich and poor, and I kind of saw this lady here, and she looked very fancy and like she had some money. So, and then I had gotten, that's a Tim Holtz photo. And then this is a real pretty rose teacup out of one of his packs, ephemera packs. And then I found this copy of the vintage check. That's another thing I always tell you, if you don't have certain images, always go to the graphicsfairy.com. I mean, they have so many free images on just about every subject you can think of. So always, you know, if you're looking for something specific, it doesn't hurt to try that website. I do it all the time. And so I got this pretty check. You know, you can barely read it, but it's just really, really pretty and made out. And I believe that in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it's probably made out for a lot of money. And, you know, she has a lot of money. And this, to me, reminds me of rich. Okay, so that's what I'm going to go with there. It's not going to be anything fancy, but we'll go for it. And then for poor, and I don't mean poor, but I mean back in, you know, in the World War, you know, 2 days or whatever, servicemen, you know, they gave out war ration books for food and things like that. And I found this image of war ration cards. And then I found this military photo of a gentleman. And then, I don't know, it just made me think of, you know, the wife's at home with the children, and they're trying to maintain their home and the prices of things, and they're using their ration coupons to get their food, and he's serving, you know, our country. So that's kind of what I went with. Now, they're just going to be journal cards. So I backed this one with just a real pretty piece of pinky paper for her card. And then I just put coffee dyed paper on this one. I might end up sewing around them. I don't know. I'll see when they're done, if I will. And then, you know, I'll post them. When I post them on Instagram to show you, they might have stitching around them. I don't know yet. And then I was also thinking of using a distress crayon to go around some of the edges maybe, or just to add some pop of color. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. But anyway, so let's work on the first one here. This is going to be number 21, rich. So because, you know, these the checks are you know, they don't cover the whole page up. I was thinking of just kind of doing it kind of half off, where I can still see my number here. So we're going to just kind of glue it on this way and see what happens, okay? So I guess I'm just going to put glue, use glue stick all over the back of this. So I just have my glue book off here to the side. Nothing, you know, nothing unusual here, just my glue book with a glue stick. So let me just get some glue on here. I hope everyone's doing well. There's some really bad storms throughout the Midwest of the United States. We had some bad storms the other night, and our power kind of went on and off, and our sirens did go off. We did go in the basement for a while, but thank God we didn't get anything. And but north of us, there was some damage and some fatalities, and I think in the South and the Midwest too. So, and then we're supposed to get more maybe tomorrow into Wednesday. So it's a little scary, but you know, we all experience some bad weather once in a while, and yeah, just praying that, you know, it just passes by and nobody has to suffer through anything. And what else? Well, nothing really, just getting ready for Easter. I have the kids over, my children and my grandchildren over, so we're getting ready for that. And we have a lot of, our family has a lot of birthdays and anniversaries this month, so I've been busy making cards and, you know, things like that, thinking about what we're going to be doing. I probably should have inked that before, but that's okay. I can just kind of do it this way too. It's not a big deal. Looking forward, all our, you know, the trees have buds on them. The flowers are coming up in the ground. The birds have been going crazy. It's just really, really nice. But along with that comes these storms, I guess. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So, and then I had to go to the AT&T store because, you know, I do record these videos on my phone. I don't have any fancy phone equipment. And as you probably have noticed in a few of my earlier videos, they ended abruptly. Excuse me. And it only goes so far and then that's it. And so I was told to get an SD card for my phone to transfer things on. And so I did, only I couldn't figure out, believe it or not, I couldn't figure out how to transfer stuff to the SD card to make a little more room on my phone so my videos won't cut off. So I went to the AT&T store this morning. Hopefully it won't happen again, but we'll see, right? I don't know, I have this pay to the order, but I don't know if I need that on there. I don't know. You know what, I could put more flowers on there too, maybe. I don't know. Do I have any? Let's see. I didn't think of that till now. And maybe there's enough on there. Let's see what I have in my stash of Tim Holtz things here. Sorry, I'm reaching over. I have a pack of things here that I maybe could add something on. These are pretty, these roses here. Let's see if that would work. I don't want to cover too much up of the check. If we did that, oops, trying to see how that would go. Put that under her. I want to leave this here, and I kind of like the word dollars down here. So if I put that there, put the roses, would it be too much then with the teacup? You kind of lose the teacup there, right? Let's see, maybe like a darker rose. Darker. Maybe. Oh, here's a red. Oh, that kind of goes real pretty too. Let's try that one. If I were to put that there. Move her up there so you could still see that received, and then the teacup, I don't know. Here's one single rose, maybe that one because it's smaller. Sorry, I try to pre-plan things. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but let's see if I put this here, maybe further up, so the teacup can show on its own. You can still see the received, more or less, right? Put that here. And then, yeah, that might be all right. Do you think that's okay? You can still see her. I can move that up a little right there. You can still see this. And then if I put this here, you can still see dollar. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'll move that out of the way. Now let's remember to put where this goes, right? So, okay. I'm going to try to remember how I had that. So I'm going to use some glue because this is thicker. So I don't know if you watched my previous video from this past weekend. I just had a little short announcement that I opened my Etsy shop. And thank you so much, everybody, for all the well wishes and going over there and looking around. And I even had some sales, so I'm very, very happy about that. And I really, really appreciate it so much. You know, I enjoy... Oh, was I supposed to put her under? Ah! Hold on. Hold that thought. Hold on one second. I don't want that to dry. You know, I just enjoy so much creating these journals. And, you know, like most journal makers, or I should say all journal makers, you know, we put our heart and soul into it. And it just tickles me to know that, you know, somebody enjoys what I make and would love to own it. And it really means a lot to me. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody for doing that for me and visiting, and I'll be having more in there. So I do appreciate everyone, and always the nice, kind comments that you leave me. I so appreciate that as well. It's very, very nice and kind of you to take your time to do that. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? She looks rich to me. Her check behind her, roses are rich, her fancy teacups. So I kind of like that. You know, it's simple, but I think you read that as rich, okay? So let me just put that to the side to dry. And you know, it's curling up because it's wet, but that's okay. All right, so here from my Tim Holtz stash, I have this cute little cottage house. I have this military man, and then I have some stickers, 15 cents, 2 for 25, 5 for. So I kind of inked that because I wanted to have more of a grunge look, so I thought I was going to glue it on this way. So once again, let me get my glue book over here. And then I think we'll try to add some of this Tim Holtz Distress crayon on. Maybe that'll just give it a little something, or at least on hers. I don't know if I'll put it on this one here that we're working on, but maybe we'll see. Or just ink it up more. So I don't know. We'll check it out. Oh boy, my glue stick is really mushy today. Must be because it's getting a little bit warmer out. Okay, so my idea was to put this on crooked, but enough to see my number. Okay, and then cut off the rest. So let me get that on. Yeah, I had a hard time with this one. I didn't know what to, for rich and poor. You know, you would think that would be easy, but I don't know. I couldn't figure something out on that. It took me quite a while to think about it. So I hope everyone's doing all right. I keep telling you I have this other project coming, and my next video will be the start of the next project. So I am very excited. It's super cute. I think you will like it. At least most of you will like it. If all I'm going to say is, of course, you can do it any theme you want, but I'm doing retro. I love retro. I love the 50s, and it's going to have a retro theme, okay? So that's my hint for my next video of the next project that we're going to do together. Super fun. Okay, so if you like to do something retro, then stay tuned because that's what we're going to do. I'm just inking this up. Yeah, this will look good. Kind of inked up my number there, but you can still see it though. Okay, and let me get some more ink on my stamper here. Okay, we'll get a little ink here. And he's going to go on somewhere over here, and then I thought there's Sweet Little House. Just made me think of he's serving, and then his family. This is their home. And they have the war ration coupons. And just little price tags. You know, because even though things were, well, maybe more like World War I and beginning before World War II, you know, even though it doesn't seem like much to us, I know it was a lot. And it wasn't easy for our grandparents and our parents even. I always tell this story, you know, I mean, there were obviously no credit cards. I mean, you could get credit with a store if you could, but no credit cards. And I remember, and I bet you a bunch of you could relate to this, was I remember my mom having little white envelopes, just like little, you know, white envelopes, and she would mark on them food, gas, electric, phone bill, clothes, you know, repairs, and she'd have them in a little box lined up. And then my dad would bring his check home to her, as a lot of husbands did. You know, they worked hard and they brought the check and handed it over maybe to the wife, and the wife cashed it, came back with all the money. You know, if they were able to put some in the bank, in an account, that was great, but otherwise come home, and she'd sit at the table with my dad, and they'd get that little box out with those envelopes, and they would just ration the money into each envelope. So by the end of the month or whatever, they would have enough to pay their bills. And it's like, wow, you think back at that, you know, and yeah, it's really something how times have changed. And, you know, money is still hard to come by for a lot of people, and then a lot of, you know, whatever, they just have so much of it, they don't know what to do with it. You know, times are different, obviously, but, you know, if you can remember things like that, you know, it really makes you think about that. And the other thing, oh, I'm going to use regular glue for this guy here. The other thing I can remember was we always had food on the table, my brother and I, and we never needed anything. We always had enough. We never asked for more. And I always remember my mom telling me, you can always ask. If we're able to get it for you, we can get it for you. But if we're unable, we'll let you know. And we were fine with that. I remember that, you know, we were just fine. So, you know, but I think really when I think back, we had enough. We had a lot, you know, which might not have been a lot, but I just remember we had enough. We really did. So, yeah, it's sometimes good to think about things like that, you know, to remember how it was. But I think I'll put this one up here. And I think I mean, sometimes you tell your kids or your grandkids, you know, I don't think the grandkids aren't going to know much. They're not going to understand, really, they're not. But your children, like I always tell my girls those kind of stories. I remember one Christmas, my mom and dad they said they only had $15 to spend on me and $15 to spend on my brother for Christmas. So I think I was like, I don't know, 11, 12, and I really wanted a record player. And I remember I got an album, my first album, and a record player for Christmas. I was so excited. And Christmas morning, you know, we got it out of the box and turned it on, and it didn't work. I mean, it just didn't work. And obviously, being me, you know, a kid, you were disappointed because that was your gift, the record player and an album, right? They call them vinyl now, but a record player and an album. And I might just do some stitching afterwards. We'll see, but I kind of like the way that looks. It tells the story, you know. I think it's fine. So let me go back to this. Maybe we'll blitz this one up a little bit. But my parents, I remember them, they felt so bad because, you know, they didn't know, and I guess they didn't know to check it beforehand. So I just, you know, but I remember, and my mom said I didn't throw a fit or anything. We just waited till, you know, the next business day that we could run back to the store and then, you know, exchange it. And I did end up getting another, so it was fine. But, you know, Christmas morning, and that's your only gift. So, but, you know, that's how it was. That's how it was. So, anyway, hope you didn't mind me telling you the story. But I bet you a lot of you can relate to that, you know. So, I kind of like how this is working out. Of course, my finger will get. But yeah, this is nice. You know, I have these crayons in metallics, and I never use them. I don't know. Does anybody else use their crayons? It's kind of fun. I'm just putting it on, not all the way around, but just a little bit here and there. Kind of like it. And this one's called Antique Bronze, the one I'm using right here. If I didn't mention it before. I don't know if I did. Just, I mean, you probably can't see it on camera. Maybe I'll put a little down here. But it's a very, like, a little bit of a glitz, but very kind of dull. Actually, it doesn't have much, unless I'm just not using enough of it. But yeah. I kind of like how that looked. It does have a sparkle, so I don't think I want to put any on here. Although it probably, no, I don't think I will. Maybe I'll just maybe do some stitching on, I don't know, we'll see. So, and they're going to just be journal cards because I already backed them. Yeah, so 21 is rich, 22 is poor. I don't know what else to do. Other than possible stitching. Yeah, I think they're fine just the way they are. So, anyway, that looks good. So that's my rich, that's my poor, and then I will see you in the next video, and we're going to have fun coming up. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.